Hi, so we're back into application mode with Springboot. Today I'm going to show you a quick run through of how to convert a Springboot application package into a jar file and then converting it into a WAR file to make it platform independent so that you can run it on Tomcat servers, WebLogic, or any JBoss server. So yeah, there's 4 easy steps. It's quite simple. I've got it pre-planned, so here we go. The first step would be change your packaging tag to WAR. This would allow the application, once you run, clean and build, it would build it into a WAR file. Number 2, all your Tomcat dependencies, set the scope to provided. Once the set scope is provided, it will override the embedded Tomcat server, which is included into Spring, or how you set up your application through the initializer. But in this case, we set it up as a jar with an embedded server so that we can debug easy and write unit tests. So the second thing you need to do is set all your Tomcat embedded dependencies to provided. Number 3, uncomment your default Springboot plugin, Maven plugin, and include a Maven WAR plugin for Apache. In this instance, in this tutorial, we're using Apache 9, and Apache 9 allows and accommodates for applications that has no WebXML. And the configuration tag that we're going to use here is fail on missing WebXML. We're going to set that value to false, so that when it runs in a servlet instance, it would not throw errors out and the application would run. And the fourth and final step would be, in your application class, extend the servlet container, and this is done by a Springboot servlet initializer. So all you need to do is extend that, and your Springboot application won't boot up through Spring and your development environment, but it will then wait for a servlet context to actually spin up the instance. Enough said. It's time to build your WAR. So you just navigate to your POM, run as, clean and install, and we've got a snapshot over here, which we've got, which is a Springboot snapshot. I'll just stop this because I've ran the instances already. I've got everything prepared for the video. And what you're going to do is just a quick tip as we navigate to the Tomcat 9 server in your web apps. You want to rename, number 5, you want to rename your WAR file by removing the version number and the snapshot, so that you have an easy URL to navigate right through to your web browser. So we just might want to start this up and just do a little test to see if we have a successful WAR file deployed. And while Tomcat is running, we'll open an incognito window. Incognito allows all the web cookies, usernames and passwords, and prior instances of an application to be cleared, so that you have a new instance and everything is starting from scratch and clear. So our Springboot application is about to start. Once that starts, you'll see that because we set the embedded to provided, it would then use the Tomcat 9 server to actually run the application and then start up the Spring framework and Spring instances. And you'll see that by the Spring comments, it comes up right up in front. Yes, that's when the Spring instance is started, and that's the framework that is initializing. In this tutorial, we're using Springboot H2 database, and we're using REST controllers to actually run our application with Spring Security. We've done testing, and we've done our dev environment, so we now swapped it over to a jar file, and swap that jar file to a WAR file so that we can actually deploy it to a Tomcat instance. So it's much easier, and we can deploy it to our development servers or wherever we would like. So in this instance, it's my private application, and I'm running Apache Tomcat. So that looks like it started up. Let's navigate to the URL. So because we renamed the WAR file to Springboot version 2, it means that there's a shorter URL, and there we go. We've got a successful WAR file deployed, and that should do it. So please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I have attached a link to my blog and my article that I've just written. Please go through the article. It will give you a step-by-step on how to do it. But leave some comments, and happy deving.